It's just day one of jury selection in the Tex McIver trial, but already there is drama. 12 of the potential 48 jurors say they already formed an opinion on the case, and 2 of them told the judge that they heard a news report about the case on the juror bus. It's going to be one of the most high-profile trials in recent Atlanta history, and here's how we got here. Prominent Atlanta attorney Tex McIver is accused of intentionally killing his wife, Diane, in September of 2016 while they were riding home through Midtown Atlanta. McIver claims he fell asleep in the back seat when a loaded gun in his lap accidentally went off, striking his wife, who was sitting in the front passenger seat. Danny Jo Carter, Diane McIver's best friend of 40 years, was driving the SUV that night. She drove the couple to Emory Hospital, where Diane died the next day. In December, about 3 months after the shooting, Fulton County issues a warrant for McIver's arrest. The charges include felony involuntary manslaughter. McIver turned himself in later that night, but was free on bond just 2 days later. Things change on April 14, 2017, when police find a gun in McIver's Buckhead apartment, a violation of the terms of his bond. Later that month, McIver is indicted on new upgraded charges, including malice murder, felony murder, and witness tampering involving Danny Jo Carter, the woman who was driving the SUV. Judge Robert McBurney is presiding over the case in Fulton County Superior Court. He denied bond to McIver once the murder charge was announced, but a few months later, in October of 2017, set bond at $750,000. Let me introduce who we have with us from my legal dream team tonight. Lawrence Zimmerman, incredible criminal defense attorney. Lawrence, great to see you.
Good to see you, Vinny.
And Daryl Cohen, you know him well. He's a former prosecutor, does a little bit of defense work, does a little entertainment law, does a little bit of everything. First of all, are you surprised that this is a murder case and not some sort of reckless, accidental criminal charge?
Absolutely surprised, because that's exactly what the case was initially and what it really should be.
This is nothing more than involuntary manslaughter, reckless conduct at the very most.
Interesting today, in jury selection, 12 of the 48 people who were interviewed said they made up their mind already.
Of course.
12 out of 48, is that a big number or a small number?
I think those 12 are people who are looking any way to get off this trial.
I mean, I had no choice really but to form my own opinion of what I heard. It's just natural.
Okay, it's very natural to form an opinion. What's your opinion?
That he's guilty.
As the jurors, the potential jurors for this case, got onto the shuttle and were driving to the courthouse to do their civic duty, to be fair and impartial, they're playing the radio.
This morning on the bus shuttling in, they had the radio on, and there was mention of it starting today.
We'll work on that part.
Cleaned up a lot today. We've seen him in court with a much longer beard, longer hair, looked a little straggly. Totally cleaned up for court today. What should we make of that?
He did what he should have done.
Court, get cleaned up.
You only have one chance to make a first impression with these jurors.
By the way, can I say something? If I was his lawyer, from day one, I would have made sure he went by Claude and not Tex. Tex means somebody who shoots guns all the time. Claude would be his name from the day I started representing him.
No question. He also would never have had a beard.
I'm going to ask you the ultimate question here, as we do at the end of each program. Who had a better day today, prosecution or defense?
The defense.
Why?
Because you're presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. So defense always has a good day.
All right. Daryl, who had a better day today, prosecution or defense?
I'm leaving it at half. Half defense, half prosecution. Because the fact that the jurors heard something about the case on the bus over is hurtful. I agree with Lawrence. You're not guilty unless and until proven guilty.
You can't split it, Daryl. You've got to commit. You've got to commit. If it's 50.001%, who has the better day?
That at 50.001, I will give it to the defense today.
And each day of the trial, my legal dream team is going to break down the day's events. We go live on Facebook at 7:30, and of course, we'll wrap it all up here on the late feed.